Every train has a beginning, but eventually every train reaches the end of its working life. Whether it's a high-speed passenger train, a subway car, a freight locomotive, or a historic steam engine, retirement is an unavoidable part of the railway industry. But unlike cars that often disappear into scrap yards or airplanes that are parked in massive desert storage facilities, retired trains can have surprisingly diverse futures. So, what actually happens to trains when they're retired? From inspections and recycling to museums and unexpected second lives, here's the fascinating journey of trains after they leave the tracks as active service vehicles. Let's dive in, right here, on History of Simple Things. Contrary to popular belief, trains are rarely retired simply because they stop working. Most modern locomotives and rail cars can remain in service for 30 to 50 years, and some receive upgrades that extend their lifespan even further. Retirement usually happens because maintaining older equipment becomes more expensive than replacing it. Newer trains often consume less energy, meet stricter emissions regulations, and offer improved safety features such as crash energy management, automatic train protection, and modern braking systems. Passenger expectations also change over time, with travelers demanding quieter rides, better accessibility, air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and more comfortable interiors. Freight operators likewise seek stronger, more fuel-efficient locomotives capable of hauling heavier loads at lower operating costs. Before retirement, railway companies evaluate repair histories, operating expenses, structural integrity, and availability of replacement parts. If continuing maintenance no longer makes economic or practical sense, the train is officially withdrawn from active service and prepared for whatever comes next. Once a train is retired, its final trip is usually a practical move to a depot, storage yard, refurbishment center, or dismantling site. Technicians then inspect it to judge its condition and decide what can be reused. Parts such as traction motors, wheel sets, compressors, seats, doors, and control systems may be removed for spares, helping other trains stay in service. Fluids like oil, coolant, and fuel are drained and handled safely, while hazardous materials, including asbestos in older cars, are removed by specialists. After this assessment, the train is sorted for refurbishment, preservation, storage, or recycling. The inspection also reveals whether the vehicle is worth rebuilding, selling, or stripping for components. This careful process reduces waste, protects workers, and gives operators a clear plan for the train's next stage before any final decision is made about its future by managers. For many retired trains, recycling is the final destination, and the process is highly efficient. Steel forms most of a train's weight, and because it can be recycled repeatedly without losing strength, much of the vehicle can return to use. At dismantling sites, workers remove reusable parts first, then cut the remaining body into sections with hydraulic shears or other heavy equipment. Metals such as steel, aluminum, copper, and brass are sorted and sent to recycling plants, where they become raw material for construction beams, automobiles, appliances, and even new trains. Although not every material can be saved, modern recycling operations aim to reclaim most of a train's mass, reducing landfill waste and returning valuable resources to the manufacturing cycle for future industrial use across many sectors worldwide. Not every retired train is destined for the scrapyard. Many receive a second life through refurbishment or repurposing. Rail operators sometimes sell older trains to smaller companies or countries where the equipment still meets operational needs. After mechanical upgrades and interior renovations, these trains can continue serving passengers or hauling freight for many more years. Some retired rail cars become maintenance vehicles used to inspect tracks, carry work crews, or transport equipment instead of passengers. Others find entirely different purposes outside the railway industry. Around the world, retired train cars have been transformed into restaurants, cafes, hotels, classrooms, libraries, offices, museums, and vacation rentals. Their durable steel construction makes them attractive for creative architectural projects. These transformations reduce waste and preserve a visible piece of railway history, allowing people to experience these vehicles long after their transportation careers have ended altogether. Some trains are preserved instead of scrapped. Historic steam locomotives, early diesel engines, famous passenger sets, and record-breaking high-speed trains are often saved by museums, governments, or heritage rail groups. Restoration can take years, involving rust removal, mechanical repairs, new parts, and authentic paintwork. Volunteers often do much of the work. Heritage railways still operate restored trains, letting visitors experience rail travel from another era. Others are displayed as static exhibits to teach engineering and transportation history. Preserving retired trains is more than nostalgia. It protects important milestones in railway development and shows how design, safety, and performance have changed over time. These machines remain valuable reminders of the innovation that shaped modern rail travel. Their survival keeps railway heritage visible, tangible, and inspiring for future engineers, historians, and travelers. A retired train story does not usually end when it leaves service. Some are recycled, some are rebuilt, some are repurposed, and some are preserved as part of railway history. Whatever happens next, these machines often continue to serve in new ways long after their final journey. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.